afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Rashawn Hopwood, and the case I'll be presenting today is the People of New York versus Dario Reed Sr. and Dario Reed Jr.
Yes. Go ahead, sir.
Right. On the afternoon of November 23rd, 2009, in an apartment complex on 104th, 175th Street in Jamaica, Queens, Marcus Devereaux was calling out to a maintenance worker in his apartment, which is when Dario Reed Sr. came out to him and objected. The two later got into a verbal argument in which Dario Reed Sr. began to call Mr. Devereaux a faggot. After an hour, Mr. Devereaux came back and tried to call the maintenance worker again, but yet again, Dario Reed Sr. came back and antagonized Mr. Devereaux. That is when Dario Reed Sr. got into a physical conflict with Mr. Devereaux by dragging him into the hallway near his apartment, and then he called for his son Dario Reed Jr. The two began to beat on Mr. Devereaux, which resulted in the two began to beat on Mr. Devereaux, and
relax.
Sorry. Okay. Dario Reed Jr. held down Mr. Devereaux as Dario Reed Sr. took a knife and stabbed Mr. Devereaux in the leg and cut his face. Then, after that, Dario Reed Sr. called 911 and told the operator that he was threatening to kill Mr. Devereaux and constantly called him a faggot. Mr. Devereaux was rushed to the hospital with lacerations on his legs and his face. He needed 10 stitches on his leg, and he had to get a liquid bandage for his face. The charges against Dario Reed Sr. and Dario Reed Jr. is assault in the second degree as a hate crime, menacing in the second degree as a hate crime, criminal possession of a weapon in the third degree, and criminal possession of a weapon in the fourth degree. The reasons that assault in degree and menacing in degree was a hate crime was because of how many times Mr. Devereaux and Mr. Reed and his son called Mr. Devereaux a faggot. Later, on January 26, 2011, Dario Reed Sr. was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison plus 5 years post supervision, while his son later received the sentence in May of that year. I couldn't find his sentence.
Uh-huh. Do you know how old he was?
Dario Reed was 40. Dario Reed Sr. was 46, and his son was 20 at the time of the attack. I believe that the sentence was justified because I have a family member who's openly gay, and he went through the same similar situation since he was attacked, and I feel that nobody should be persecuted for the way they should live.
Okay, thank you. Incidentally, the assault in the second degree is I believe, a Class D felony. With the hate crime, it comes up to a C felony, and there's a minimum of, I believe, 3.5 years, and it could be up to 15. So he probably pled guilty. I'm not sure. Do you know if he went to trial or pled guilty?
Oh, yes. Dario Reed Sr. actually pled guilty to all the charges.
Okay.
And one question I was confused about
Sure.
is that...
I hope I can answer it.
Dario Reed Sr. and his son received menacing in the second degree as a count, but only Dario Reed Sr. received a menacing in the second degree as a hate crime. But didn't they both call him anti-gay slurs during the attack?
Yeah, that's probably a mistake on behalf of the district attorney's office, but it's really a lesser crime than assault. They have the serious crime of assault, and usually once they get through the assault, if they're convicted of assault, whatever lesser crime that happened at the same time, the sentence has to run together, what we call concurrently, so they can't enhance the punishment anymore because of the menacing. Menacing is like when you're placing somebody in fear, you're going to assault them. and assault is when you actually insult them. So it's really part and parcel of the same thing. So it's not a big deal. Okay?
All right.
Anything else you want to know?
No.
Okay, congratulations, nice job. I hope you enjoyed it.